Hello again, it's me, Calden Pettit. It has been a long while since I last uploaded anything for the past few months. The reason being that since May 10th, I've been having a lot of trouble keeping my Diplacusis under control, and there has been at least one time when that coughing fit made my hearing problem I've been having extremely disgusting. Excuse me. Early on, I have went through 3 different doctors in my 3 times I visited Kaiser for the constant hearing problems that I kept on having for weeks on end then. And so far none of them have been really helpful to me. Please Kaiser, just look deep into my ears and figure out the problem I've been having, for crying out loud. Right now, it's the beginning of September, and so far, no matter how much I try to sleep, I am still no closer to having my hearing recovered than all those previous months that I have been suffering. Reason being that in my area where I live, we have had weather that's been known to have intense heat for a couple days at a time, especially around late July, most of August, and most likely early September. This creates an obstacle for me because whenever I have those annual heat waves, as I call them, I begin to sweat profusely in bed no matter which position I try to be comfortable in, and thus greatly interferes my efforts in trying to make my Diplacusis and for good. In order for me to stave off the heat wave induced sweating, I constantly have to take a shower so that way after I dry off, I won't have to deal with any sweat interfering with my sleep. However, this is almost pointless, as even after when I took a shower, I'll still keep on having the same sweating problem as before, which will interfere with my constant battle to get rid of my Diplacusis that I've been suffering for all those months. And please keep in mind that I'll be mentioning Diplacusis a lot in this video. In fact, me having Diplacusis that refused to go away on its own for 16 weeks is what I now consider a chronic, potentially life-threatening hearing disorder. Meaning my MSM videos I so hope to make more of but can't because of those medical preconceived notions are now going to be put on indefinite hold until I am very sure that my Diplacusis and along with it my hearing problems are completely gotten rid of for sure. This has caused my friend TGR over at Discord to constantly worry that my MSM series will become permanently cancelled because each time when I said to him that I thought I made progress on Because each time when I said to him that I thought I made progress on my hearing recovery, he keeps on worrying that my Diplacusis will keep on undoing my progress each time I say that to him via DMs. It almost feels like a bait and switch situation where whenever I thought I am free from the hearing problems I had, only to find out my Diplacusis has resurfaced to drive me insane again hours later. Made only worse when I sit on the computer I'm using for far too long. It's almost like I'm taking 4 or 5 steps forward in recovery and then ending up taking a step or 2 back, which has been which has been a pattern that I have been noticing. This was the mistake I found out the hard way when I tried to entertain myself with Zero Idol, which is pretty much the only Steam game I have that has virtually no sound, meaning I don't have to worry about any music or sound effects that'll otherwise come off as weird and pal-pitched to my still defective left ear. After when I check on the Windows sound I can trigger by constantly sliding my volume control, I noticed that my Diplacusis has now become unbearably disgusting after hours of playing Zero Idol. It was really scary because I thought my efforts at trying to get my hearing back to normal had now regressed all the way back to square one, and I almost accepted the fact that my Diplacusis was going to be permanent with no hope of recovery, which that fact was reinforced by the same sweating issues I keep on having whenever I try to sleep. However, yesterday after I woke up, I was totally relieved that my hearing was now back on track. However, I still have to watch out for my Diplacusis resurfacing on me after half an hour or so. I just want to give you all a heads up on how I've been doing over the last few months. I am doing better where now my tinnitus and my deafness in one ear are now no longer as much of a hassle for me to deal with. However, I am still having Diplacusis I'm still struggling to get rid of, so alas, I still have so much unfinished hearing recovery business to attend to. And to TGR, if you're listening to this video, please note that no, I am not gonna cancel my MS Sam series anytime soon at all. It's just way too sad of a reason to do so, because as I'm writing for this video, I am still suffering from Diplacusis even after all those months, with very little sex in me ever trying to make this nightmare end. I mean, ears are super complex organs, and even one of them not perceiving sound properly can be very detrimental for my daily life at any given moment. My suggestion is to be very careful with your ears, as these are the only ones you'll have, and thus are irreplaceable. Again, I haven't posted videos for a long while because I've been doing overtime to get my hearing back in working order. But the untimely coughing fit I had, followed by weeks of annual heat waves, made my recovery process extremely difficult for me to handle. Right now, it's the beginning of September, and my Diplacusis issues still has been dragging on for far too long. I mean, it's just miserable. Having this hearing disorder constantly driving you insane for months without it ever going away. And as a sound designer, myself, this has already been an ongoing detriment for me. I'm sorry, but I've been having little to no luck in trying to get my Diplacusis out of here. I hope you all understand about how I've been doing after all those months. After I gave an update on how I've been doing, and until next time, if my hearing can get completely better, hopefully, I'll see you all next time. Cheerio, and make sure you take good care of your ears.